The debut of the air raid offense at Wisconsin versus Buffalo from Saturday. And there's a lot to dig into here. I think what it's really important for people to look at when they see this, the outcome of this game was textbook dictionary definition of air raid. And for a lot of people who, when they think of air raid, they think of Mike Leach, they think of Hal Mummy throwing the ball around 70 times a game. That was their way of getting to what is at the core of the modern air raid. The modern air raid is getting the ball in space to playmakers and letting the playmakers make plays. That's what they did here, and that's what Phil Longo has said he's going to do here. He's going to do it with the guys he has, and I think we saw that on Saturday. So here we go, getting started. 1st and 10. We're using the broadcast angle here, so it's not going to be the greatest angle sometimes, but we'll do it the best we can. 1st and 10. Weak offset, 3-by-1, motion across, split inside zone. Pretty standard here. Again, we got 6 in the box. Hat for a hat. Let Braylon take care of the rest. This is what modern spread offenses look like when it comes to the run game. You have to respect the whole field. Make the defense defend the whole field. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Or second and 1, excuse me. Got a little lead power. The tight end coming across. Furtney kicking out. Trying to anyways. Kind of logs him a little bit. Rucci takes, then goes with a kick out. Nice job. Okay, so here's the first of RPO action. So one thing I think Tanner did struggle with a little bit in this game is kind of short arming, not extending to the target on these quick outlet throws, and getting a little too low. Okay, but what he's doing, he's reading leverage outside, gets the leverage he wants to get the ball out there quickly, but he still needs to get the arm over the top, extend to the target, drive the ball, get these balls up a little bit. Okay, good. Notice here, that being said, incomplete pass, still hit the receiver in the hands. Okay. 2nd and 10, 3-by-1 formation with tight end in the wing. Play action. Nice job keeping his eyes downfield. Nothing there. Get what you can. Let's look at the route distribution. This is play action, so he's reading safeties up here. Okay, reading across the field, taking a vertical shot. We got outside release, fade. We've got a little spot route, curl from the number 2 with the tight end up the wheel. Nothing there. Try to get it outside to the wide receiver here running fade. I think he powers down a little bit too early. I think he might not have thought he was part of the route. But Mordecai getting what he could. Okay, 3rd and 8. Nice pocket movement, but got a bunch of L's here. First thing, one thing Braylon Allen definitely needs to work on going to the next level is his pass protection. If you're gonna go with a cut block, you got to finish, not just throw your shoulder and fall down. Okay, routes. Can't really see what was open, but also take a couple L's on the right side. Some people come out and say that Malman and Furtney had good games, especially Malman. I kind of disagree. I think Malman and Furtney look real slow the whole game, and this is kind of the beginning of it. So, first drive ends unsuccessfully. 3 and out. Okay, second drive here, 1st and 10. 2-by-1 with a wing, or 2-by-2 with a wing coming out. Got GT power action. Really like this play. Ches Malusi showing nice patience. And what I really like about his skill set is his ability to burst off the cut and get vertical once he sees the gap. I think Chez Malusi's skill set really translates well to this offense. Okay, not a bad job. Like to see, you know, Jack Nelson move a little quicker, but I think the returning offensive linemen are going to struggle a little bit with quickness at the beginning. All right, here we go. Coming back at 3x1 offset weak. Okay, same blocking scheme. Again, everyone in the world knows Malman's pulling here. You tell he's never really pulled before. He hasn't probably pulled since high school, even if that. Standing really tall. Furtney gets out there, but Malman really needs to get moving. Okay, not a bad down blocks from the front side. We take an L though. It's a long way for Bortolini to go to get this pull check, but he's got to keep his feet moving, aim more for that upfield shoulder. Okay, stops his feet. Take the loss on that rep. 2nd and 7. Okay, coming out quick ball to the outside. Again, one criticism I'm going to have here, really quick arms, these outside throws, and again, hits it kind of low. Okay, so we got basically all stops. And he's reading, we got blitz, get the ball out there quickly. Not bad. Hey, nice job, Bryson Green. Get the yards that he could. First down. Okay, 1st and 10. Inside zone. Braylon gets stuffed. Ashcraft didn't quite get the right leverage you want. Jack Nelson takes the loss here, just gets bullied on the line. Inside, we're looking pretty strong. Like to see the feet moving a little bit more. Job climbing to the 2nd level, but when you're man on man or got a hat for a hat in the box, you got to win every battle. Win every battle we're on the 2nd level. Okay, 2nd and 9. 3-1 again. Play action. Really nice throw. Throwing a little bit downhill to create space for the receiver, running the comeback at the top of the screen. Comeback with a post. Let's take a look at Tanner's footwork. Okay. A little heel clicky, a little bit slide. You could tell that I think Longo is kind of being easy on him with his footwork. This is not traditional, we'd say, Longo footwork where we're essentially backpedaling in the drop. He's shuffling, and it can make it look like he's being a little antsy, but that's a really nice throw, throwing downhill so the receiver can come get it. Nice protection. Easy pitch and catch. Okay, 1st down. Bubble screen to the running back. Again, look at this as a long handoff. Get the ball out in space. Let your big running back, let your 245-pound running back absorb contact from DBs and glancing blows from linebackers instead of getting stuffed by D-line and getting hit by 2 linebackers, 3 linebackers like it was in the past. This is the benefit of the running back and the spread offense. The benefit to the running back and the spread offense is it's going to add to his longevity. 2nd and 6. Split flow inside zone. Nice job picking this up. Let's see if we get... Okay. Furtney needs to stay on his feet. And again, Malman's a little slow, but really good push inside. I think Huber might have been expecting a little bit of help on the double team here, but didn't really get it. But at least Bortolini got upfield. Right, not bad. Split flow inside zone. We might see this turn into a pull in later games. We couldn't get the ball in the flat. Okay. Coming out. Little lead power. Down blocks. Pull around by Hewer. Hit the first thing we see. Not bad because they had a little stunned action or a little not necessarily a cross, but the linebacker up, sitting back and waiting, absorbing the pull, but good job getting around the corner. Again, really nice job of Ches to just stick his foot, be patient, stick the foot in the ground, and then accelerate. Okay, split flow inside zone. Again, we don't get quite a hat for a hat. I'd like to see the center be able to turn upfield instead of walling off, climbing to the linebackers. Again, this will come with time. This will come with improved footwork. Nice job in the back half, though, picking up the double team. And Rucci coming off, sealing off the C gap. Outside zone or mid zone. And again, showing the patience and the reading ability of Malusi here. Working wide, sees the backs of his linemen turning upfield. We get the end zone angle of the touchdown. Good individual effort by Malusi. Same play as the previous one. And what you just get here, I think I think Jack Nelson was expecting the double team to come in a little bit quicker. And usually what you want to get is actually the second man on the double team to almost push the inside guy off the block. And since Tucker Ashcraft came off a little bit slow and with the angle of his alignment, couldn't get across. But when you're on the 1 yard line, it really doesn't matter as long as you get the back downhill. It's a shedding up the tackle of that really good inside linebacker, number 52. It's a good play by Ches. Touchdown. Who would have thought the first touchdown in the new Wisconsin air raid would be a run play? Anybody who knows the air raid would expect it. That's the easiest way to put it. If you don't know the air raid, you're expecting four verts into the back of the end zone. Anybody knows the air raid, put the ball in your playmaker's hands and let them finish. Next drive. Starting out the 2x2, flexing the tight end out a little bit, coming in motion with Pauling in the orbit motion. Okay, and what we're looking here is we're looking at leverage. Okay, they shade over a little bit with the motion. They bump down, but we got really good leverage out here. So that's a real easy decision to just pull it out and throw. Get the ball out in space. Let your playmaker make somebody miss. I'm sorry, that's not Pauling. That is Skylar Bell. My bad. Stick, scrape, stick, square, scrape. Okay. Stick your outside foot around, square up the defender, scrape off his inside shoulder, get vertical. Actually, really nice job by Skylar Bell. Good feet, good ball, good stick, gain yards. Okay. 3x1. We're going to get the power action or the GT power again. And Buffalo does a pretty decent job here, and they've done this all day. I think that their plan was to control the QB run game. So they're letting their defensive end or the end man on ice cream, don't know if it's a linebacker in their system, scrape and chase behind these power plays because they have a second level defender, a linebacker here who's going to come downhill, occupy the C gap, scrape exchange with this defensive end to try to either at minimum contain the quarterback or at best try to bait him into keeping it and making a bad read. But he's allowed to scrape. Nice feet by Braylon. Making one guy miss, two guy miss, dig down, get an extra yard at the end. Okay. And we were in the two back look, but we got a receiver in there as a second back. Again, we're kind of looking at how they move. So we catch them shuffling downhill. So instead of coming off to the bubble, we're going to throw this little inside shovel pass. In my opinion, I'd like to not see, again, guard should not be giving up this much ground. Sitting too high, gets driven back. And I don't, who is that, Wedig at left guard? My opinion, Wedig should be a tackle. But when you have a 6'8" frame digging out defensive tackles, this can be kind of hard. And ends up tripping up Braylon, getting a yard or so. Okay, bubble screen. Again, see it as a wide handoff. Get Braylon out in space. Okay, got numbers. You do a little bit better job out there blocking with DK. A little slow coming out of our stances, a couple of the guys. Got to drive him off the ball more, get the inside leverage. But get your big body in space. Let him get ahead of steam. He's going to drag somebody forward. 3rd and 1. Split flow inside zone. And they essentially bring the house. Let's see. When we get double teams, we get nobody releasing. Again, they come too quickly. They took a shot and they hit it. This looks like old-fashioned Wisconsin football. A lot of guys in the box and just going. Had some pass options on the outside, but they're short little routes, so it's good that we handed it off there. But too slow. Too slow, can't fire out. Not getting off to the second level defenders coming on the blitz. It is what it is. All right, so next drive. 1st and 10. 3-by-1 open, tight end in the slot. This play completely changes, I think, the outcome of the rest of the game in the passing game. Because two things. One, if he hits this, Mordecai's passing numbers definitely change. Okay, but this is the shot that they took that woke up the secondary coverage of Buffalo and changed their scheme. Because here they're expecting an inside linebacker to be that middle of the field defender, almost like running like a Tampa 2 kind of thing, and he gets amongst the rest of the dude, he gets burned. And for the rest of the game, Buffalo made it clear they didn't want anybody to get over the top of them. Route distribution, we looking down here. Got CJ running a burst corner. We got Ashcraft just running an out. And then we got the post from Skylar Bell right down the middle. Skinny post, seam, whatever you want to call it, wide open. Pass protection is fine. Again, that changes everything, as we'll see here in a minute. Okay. Guard lead. Quick power. A little bit better push interior. Nice job by 79. That is Jack Nelson coming upfield. Working off the double team up to the second level. I actually like that a lot. Get some good push. Not bad. Get it back that big. 6 yards on a power. All right, here comes the interception. Now, a couple things that we can look at with this. First and foremost, before anyone thinks that I am being a Tanner Mordecai apologist, this is a bad throw. But why was it a bad throw? I think it starts here with our true freshman tight end in the slot, Tucker Ashcraft. They're running mesh. Okay, he's setting the top of the mesh. You get the slot receiver coming underneath the mesh. Okay, this is what they did the whole game. They're running with the crossers, and I think Tucker is just not running full speed. I think he's looking for a spot to sit down in, and he's just not quite comfortable in finding that spot. In most mesh schemes, he's looking, if he sees what he considers man that zone, he wants to find a spot and sit. And I think he gets a little bit confused because this is man coverage. It's just the man on the number 2 receiver over here is above him. And in fact, what we're getting here is a nice rub up here, and he should be working straight across the 50-yard line and running. But he's not maintaining his speed, and I think that messes up Mordecai's ability to figure out where to put the ball. Because he wants to hit it right here. That's where he wants it, and he wants to throw it out here. And because Ashcraft is not running full speed, he hesitates a little bit, and we end up throwing the interception. Okay, not a great throw, but it needs to be a better route to set up the entire play. But no harm, no foul. We do end up getting the ball back. Defense played pretty good. So, next drive. Outside zone. In nice patience. Look for the wall. Look for the flow. Flow's cut off. Wall. Stick the foot in the ground. Get vertical. Okay, this is the misconception of outside zone. Is we're aiming outside, but we're looking for the first cut. Wait till you get the pushback. Cut behind it. 2nd and 7. Screen. Okay, Badgers didn't do much of this in the past. It's a little quick screen outside. Okay, we already have one offensive lineman on the ground. And we have 2 here. This happens a couple times where we get 2 ending up seeking the same defender. I think one of these 2 guys should have been coming out this way. One needs to be setting what we call the wall, and the second needs to be running up the alley. And we end up getting is 2 on the same guy, and the unblocked guy on the outside is the guy who makes the tackle. We get a good block on the outside. Okay, sell it. Get upfield. 2 guys hunting the same guy. He's blown way out of the picture. The ball stopped 3 yards behind him. But could be worse. 3rd and 3. Nice throw. Again, this is patience. He's moving his feet, looking at what he sees. See it open up. Good ball. That is a tight window with 52 coming out wide. Okay, so we're running a little fade on the outside, slant with a uh, snake route, whatever you want to call it, out and in. Quick out, sell it, lose the leverage, stick inside. Nice throw, nice catch. First down. Pauling has some nifty feet. First down. Yeah, nice throw. So we got a little spot route from the outside, wheel from the tight end, and another spot route from the number 3. Sit, find the ball. Nice throw. Quick feet, 1-2, boom. First down. Hey, I think we got, this is what I call an access throw. He's looking at the pre-snap, he's looking leverage out here. Okay, we've got a quick route running the tight end power or the tight end guard power. But he sees the leverage, he wants to pull the ball. But again, he's almost leaning back into the throw. He's not stepping in. So again, he short arms it a little bit. Arm strength is not the issue. And I do also believe this gets tipped a little bit. But it's there. Concept is there. Needs to rip it a little bit harder, a little bit quicker. Second down. Bubble screen. Or not. Oh, we've got stutter goes. 3 stutter goes. Longo loves these. Again, leverage. We don't like we don't like leverage inside. We got contact in number 2. Outside, maybe a little bit long throw because he's not going to throw over this defender here to get out here. So we go to the check down. And when people were complaining that this was too many dink and dumps, what you got to understand is in the past, a route like a play like this, at this point right here, Mertz gets antsy. He gets out of the pocket. He throws it up to one of these guys. We probably get an interception. If this is Stave or Hornibrook, this is a sack because their brains would shut down and they wouldn't be able to find anybody to throw to. But now what you do, when you send 5 people in the route, somebody's eventually going to be open, and at least we gain 5-6 yards. Or at least we don't lose yards or give up a turnover. Dink and dump, yards are yards. Nobody would be complaining if they ran a power play in the middle of the field, up the middle here to gain 5 yards. Because it's a quick pass to a running back or receiver, that's what we have a problem with. 3rd and 5. Okay, mesh again. I think Buffalo again. They did a really. Buffalo's not a bad team for a MAC team. They should be up there as one of the better MAC teams, and they decided they weren't gonna let these mesh plays cause them problems. So they're running mesh here with number 3 at the bottom of the screen and the wide receiver coming from the other side, and they essentially double team them. They got two guys sitting on the mesh on one side, 2 guys coming across on the other side. Got somebody coming downhill to pick up the running back in the flat, and then outside. Chimere is not that good in when he has any kind of collision near the line of scrimmage. I'm struggling to figure out what he's trying to do here. You can call it being patient. I call it being slow. And then what he's trying to work here is work to a landmark and then get out. But in his inability to get off the line, his DB can slow play it, and he's not able to get outside because we're kind of looking mesh coming across. He's looking at DK, can't get it there. Check down, not there. Going to get yards. Okay, well, we'd like better awareness to know where the first down is. Sure. But he's a quarterback. Get your yards and get down. Get to the next play. Again, we need to get better at getting off of tight coverage. We need to get better at getting stacked on the line. But at least we're not forcing the ball in bad situations. There are a lot of white jerseys facing in the front of our receivers on this play. Next series. Again, I really like Chez's skill set in our offense. Power lead again. Stick the foot in the ground and just accelerate. Doesn't get touched until he's 12, 13 yards downfield because they have to respect the entire field. They have to respect the motion. Okay, outside zone, mid zone, whatever you want to call it. Take a couple L's. I think Jack Nelson is slow coming out of his stance. That's a hard angle for him to get to on this double team here. If anything, you could tell him to get low and try to just get his head across and almost bridge cut him so that guy can't track down the line. We do get beat at the edge of the top of the screen. Wettig again is, or not Wettig, excuse me. Malman is just slow. He might be expecting Furtney to be coming to help on this, but yeah, a couple L's there. Not much we could do about that. A 2x2 motion. Going through progression. Not there. Check it down. Let's look at the route distribution at the top of the screen. We got fade. I'm sorry, it's probably turning into a check or turning into a deep curl. Number 2, running up the seam, sitting down. And then we're trying to get the running back up, essentially wheeling up the seam, but they hang back. I think what we're looking at here is for this safety here to start coming downhill. Hopefully, and kind of paying attention to this check down. But in fact, he just sits and plays over top of both of them. And they're able to get the ball outside, and we get a holding penalty. Again, we're getting to the check down because they're capping the upper half. They're not getting beat deep again like they got beat on that play to Skylar Bell. And they're taking what they can give them. Not a bad job by Huber getting upfield. Got the internal clock. Not bad. Again, take what we can get. Holding penalty anyways. 3-by-1. Little pivot route. Vertical pivot underneath. Ball in space. Will Pauling's a special athlete. Step in, look, giving the mesh look, pivoting outside, stick. Like to see him maybe, get a little sense of urgency, get running, but kind of hard to get the jitterbug out of people sometimes. Again, good pocket presence, easy catchable ball, not bad. Okay, we get hit here on the throw. Again, pass protection leaving a little to be desired. We get stood up here. Bortolini. Yeah. He just gets bull rushed. Too high in a stance. Run a little cross blitz. And then Mordecai gets hit right as he's throwing. Takes his back foot out. Loses the power to get the ball downfield. Shot worth taking, but got to do better in pass protection. A 2x2. Draw. On 1st and 10. Okay, good patience by Braylon. Get what we can. 2nd and 7. 2x2. RPO action. GT. Sees the blitz. Knows that he's got the quick out there. Good job getting out there quickly. So they've got both the corner and the safety coming downhill on it. They see it. Get the ball out there quickly. Nice job flipping the hips open. Really good throw. 3rd and 3. Empty. Good feet. Let's see the routes. Okay, we're getting the spots in the flat. Spot, flat. Nothing there. Again, we'd like to see better job finding space by the receivers, but nice presence to know where the first down is and going to get it. Nice little move he makes here. First down. Okay, coming out 2x2, 3x1. Again, got mesh, got crosser, we got a sit, and then we got the wheel from the tight end. Number two guy, Skylar Bell, finding space, sitting down. Good job. 2nd and 6. Again, not there. Let's get some yards. Big freshman. I like this kid. He makes some mistakes in this game, but he's a freshman. True freshman. Good power, good balance. Up top, we got curl. Not there. Check it down. Again, would we rather take checkdowns or would we rather take sacks or interceptions? Easy call, I think. Oh, here's the best play of the day. Let it run all the way through. Really good job setting the feet and driving the ball. Okay, so we have a dagger concept here where Skylar Bell's running the seam scheme to a skinny post right up here, right up the hash. And DK is running the deep in. Then we've got mesh from the tight end and the receiver coming from the backside. The running back running a flat or an arrow route. So the route progression would be the seam to the dig, and then most likely to the mesh coming across, with the running back arrow route being either a blitz pickup or a late dump if the quarterback has to get out of the pocket. So what happens here coverage-wise and why this hits really nicely is essentially have them playing quarter man on the backside, and then they're rolling The strong safety down to sit. He's waiting for the mesh to come from the other side. He's waiting for the running back. And then when we have that, the backside safety, the boundary safety who's back here, he has to play the middle of the field. And when he sees Skyler coming up on that dig, on the seam, he has to respect it. If he doesn't, the ball is going to be thrown over his head into the end zone. Okay, he's expecting help from the linebackers, from this flat defender maybe sinking a little bit more, having this robber maybe sinking a little bit more, but against the alignment of the the receivers, it's a lose-lose. They can't really contain both. So we pass up the seam, come back to the dig, and a really good individual effort in the open field by DK. I think we get better angle here, the route distribution. So again, we've got the deep dig, got the seam. This is the safety that we're reading. Whatever he does is wrong. Cornerback here has outside leverage, so we're not worried about him in the slightest. And Tucker's coming across here, occupying the linebackers for the mesh coming back to the other side. And seam dig, he can't be right. He can't be right. And he's not. Hit the ball right in front of him. DK makes a man miss. 52 is all over the field. That's dagger at its finest. Really nice play. Great throw. Okay. So we come out here. Inside zone-ish. Really don't know what Malman's doing here. Like to see him climbing. Again, maybe he's told to do that. I don't know. But being part of the double team, getting on number 4 would have been nice. Or getting the second level. Good patience. Nothing to run to. 2nd and 9, 3-by-1. Okay, so I think this is a leverage read, kind of a package play, where we've got the GT power inside, or we leverage out here with a bubble screen. We like the numbers, turn it out quick, get it in space, use the speed. Again, take what the defense gives us. Would the power play inside have worked? Potentially. But they had a cross blitz on. One guy misses. Out here, we had a hat for a hat, and we have a fast slot receiver. I like that matchup against that leverage. Easy call. QB draw. I like the call. But again, I think we take a couple L's here on the line. Blitz comes. I know it's draw action. In my world, I'd like to see Braylon get up here and attack this closer to the line of scrimmage and square this guy up instead of just kind of going for the deflection. I pancakes the guy. He's going to think it looks great on film. However, then we take a loss at the top of the screen. They run a little stunt action, D-tackle looping out, defensive end looping in. Too slow to pick it up. I don't know if we had bad communication. I don't think we had any communication out here. So Huber didn't really know what was coming. Unfortunate. As we get that one block, Mordecai is 10 yards upfield before anybody touches him. So that's the only downside or negative that you could have in the run game with light boxes is if one guy misses a block, it's the same. as the defense is overloading the box. Okay, 1st and 10 again. And we're just going to sit back and enjoy this run before we come back to it. Again, I don't want to say Braylon Allen should be worried, but I think Ches is going to get a lot more touches than he might have expected going into the season because his skill set fits this offense so well. Outside zone, patience, stick the foot in the ground, feel the resistance in the wall, stick your foot in the ground and go. Nice job by Will Pauling to keep up with this, even blocking a guy. So we're going to get the end zone angle here on the replay. Working, 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 feeling the pressure, stick the foot in the ground, let the defense overrun it, burst up field. Touchdown. Again, getting the ball to playmakers in space. That's the air raid. Coming back again. Look, everybody. Multiple tight ends. Pistol. A little bit of downhill running football. Stretch. Burst. Let the big boy get downhill. Drive the pile for 4 yards. 3 yards. Okay, same play. Same type of outcome. Okay. Wait for resistance, plant the foot, square up, get vertical. Come back with the counter. Some power. Where do we lose on this one? I think a couple things. I think Malman gets a little bit deep in this little kick step that he's doing, which pulls the tight end a little bit deeper. I think Fertney is slow coming out, which kind of, again, causes Tucker to have to slow down a little bit. And here, I don't think Braylon is quite as patient as he could be. I think he could have just kept taking it outside and fallen behind Tucker. But Fertney gets stood up and then hits the wall. Man, still pops forward. And his feet are always churning, always churning. Happens when you're 245 pounds. Don't have to block it perfectly. Still get yards. I think we got straight bubble screen here. Just get rid of the ball quickly. Get out in space. Big body in space. Wide handoff. High percentage. Running backs like this. Running backs like to get hit by in open space with linebackers moving laterally, not linebackers moving downhill. Again, 52 is everywhere. That's how he wants to hit him. He doesn't want to get hit head on with this. He wants to get hit from the side. He still runs him over. I really love this screen. The action coming off of this. Okay, so we're giving the look of the inside little lead power. Malman lets his guy go wide outside, sets pass set, wide or patient set, whatever you want to call it, gets out in space. He's leading, buries the guy. A nice job of Nelson here to keep working, to keep that guy behind him. Working on the down block and the power. That's really nice. I'm just kind of, if we can get to a point where you can see the formation pre-snap. Again, this is probably a package play idea. where even if Malman just lets this guy go, we could still run the power. But he slows this down enough where we like maybe the leverage that we have here, and that's why we pull it out. This guy's screaming downhill. We catch him being too aggressive. He's reading the pulling guard. He wants to get in that space. But toss it outside. Let the playmaker make plays. Really nice. That's the best block Malman had all day. Okay, 3-by-1, motioning across. Play action. Okay, don't quite like what you see. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one where I think if CJ has a little bit better understanding of where he is on the field, this is a completion because the quarterback isn't necessarily looking at where the receiver is on the field. He's looking at where the receiver is. What I mean is, we kind of hit this one a little bit low and downhill, ends up sailing out of bounds because when he got rid of the ball and looking at the land, we're looking at where the receiver was in comparison to where he had to go in the normal spacing, we end up throwing it low out of bounds. But it is what it is. All right, second down, 2-by-2, draw. There we go. Getting some big bodies in the second level. Braylon destroying the cornerback. Okay, setting the draw action. It's much better on both sides. Really good job. Okay. The return of two tight ends. Pistol formation. Going to give that stretch. Guarantee we're going to get some kind of RPO or screen action off this next week. But now the big boys are moving. Digging out those double teams coming through on the outside zone. Getting upfield. Moving. That's what we want to see. Moving. Sticking. Working. Try to get the inside hand down the middle of the breastplate of the guy you're trying to block. Dig him out. Turn him upfield or turn him back where he came from. Again, this is as air raid as it gets, and it's as Wisconsin traditional football as it gets. You can be both. Here it is again. Again, really nice work by the big guys inside, especially the guard through guard. Really good job. Great push. Hey, coming back out again, up 28-10 now. Split flow inside zone. Not much to say here. Is they were pretty stout in the line of scrimmage. Good job, their linebackers coming downhill, meeting the guards at the line of scrimmage. Not much to fault other than we need to be stronger. But this is a good play by the defense. Sometimes the defense makes good plays. Still gained 2 yards. Play action. Laser beam. How tight a spiral this ball coming out of his hands. Really good throw. Okay, let's look at the route distribution again. We're going to get the spots. And we're going to get the wheel. Love this. I really like those wheel routes. So either the motion guy, number 3 in trips, tight end coming across and split flow. QB footwork. Sitting up nice and tall in the pocket, stepping in even though he's going to get hit, and delivers a shot downfield. Nice. 3-by-1. Inside. Scheme do we get? It's inside zone. Huber gets beat to the outside because I think he might have been looking for help here. Again, I'm not necessarily sure what the rules are here for this. They are running bubble backside, so maybe Nelson is supposed to stick on this guy, and we need to get Huber running more blocking backside on this, but he's stepping for the inside shoulder like I think he should on inside zone, and he just gets beat around the corner. Again, we have dynamic athletes at running back. That's okay. Pretty good job on the front side, sticking with the blocks. Still able to gain yards, even though we lost on the line of scrimmage. Okay. A little power again. GT. And I think Buffalo's just bringing the house. And they're bringing 7. Can't get everybody. Still gained 3 yards. Okay, screen again. And I think we have a situation where we end up getting the line all going for the same guy. Got a little hung up coming off the line of scrimmage. Furtney got caught up. He's slow to begin with. He's just plodding out in space. Center doesn't really do much getting out there. And kind of going for the same guy, not giving your wide receiver a chance to duck underneath those blocks. Play action. And we're taking a shot here, but they're capping it. They're making sure that they don't get beat deep. They're giving the check down. Flat check. Again, big body in space. We're still gaining yards. We're not forcing the ball into a bad spot. They don't want to get beat deep. They've already been beat deep twice. Oh, miss a block out here. Straight bubble screen. CJ maybe a little bit too nonchalant coming out of his stance. Isn't paying attention to leverage. He's got to be working inside shoulder on this. Good play by the cornerback though. All right, 3rd and 9. Okay, here's the second interception. And again, this is not a good throw because he does not see this linebacker dropping. He's got his eyes squarely on the crosser, the number 3 receiver on the top of the screen coming across. But, and here's the but, was he expecting him to be there when he has the tight end, who's out here as a wide receiver, coming across and meshing or running shallow in front of this guy? And I don't know what the problem is here. Ashcraft is coming out so slow. I don't know if he's hurt. I know he does. We see him hobbling a little bit later, but he is so slow. He is not running. Is he getting held? I don't know. But I think it fucks up his whole mojo with this. And we end up getting the interception. Now, ill-advised? Yes. Does he see the linebacker? No. But I think we have problems all around here. And see here, we don't have an outlet. They're expecting the pressure. They brought pressure. The running back stayed in. Didn't see the mug dropper. It is what it is. Again, only the tight end room knows what Ashcraft did wrong, did right. Mordecai knows what he did wrong, and what he could improve on. All right. Next drive. Trying to put it away here. Inside zone. Stick the foot in the ground, accelerate, get out in space. Nothing fancy. Nothing we haven't seen all day. 2x2. More outside zone on this one. Okay, nice job of Braylon continuing outside. Okay, we've got essentially here we're reading. First, he's looking at this outside, the tackles block. He's got him controlled. Okay, this edge guy, he's turning in. So now we want to look outside. If this guy had gotten to the shoulder, then he would be looking inside at the guard, and he would be banging right up here, right up the hash mark. But because we saw we have control here, now he's working to the next man out for his next cut, which didn't come because it got stretched out to the sideline, but still, out in space. Nice read. Reading 2-1, as we call it. Okay, power again. The feet for someone this big to be that nimble is awesome. And middle linebacker causing problems, pulling, blowing up, Furtney not blocking him. Good job of Rucci. Just keep fighting through the mess. Find somebody to block. That springs it. And Braylon takes care of the rest. Okay, good job. Always climbing. Working wide, but keeping shoulder square at field and always be climbing. Okay, coming up to the end here pretty soon. Okay, we've got the number 3 running back in. Jackson Aker. He's going to be hopefully going to, in their system, kind of be the smaller, slightly smaller, slightly slower analog to Braylon. But hitting the lead or the GT again. Getting a good push. Second down. Trying to get the ball out here quickly. Again, I think this is an access throw based on leverage. Cornerback blitz. Tucker just turns right around. Like to see Tanner extend a little bit, get a little bit higher, but this gets knocked down. Okay for the completion percentage. Quarterback blitz. Maybe just knock the ball down next time instead of catching it, but it is what it is. Okay, 3rd and 11. Again, working through the progression. Working across the field, peeking outside to the bottom of the screen, crosser, and the deep curls. A curl on the tight end, come back on the outside, throw the ball downhill at the pylon in a spot where only your receiver can go and get it. Nice throw. Yeah, that's where it's designed to go. And we're going to get the stretch to Aker again. Good push on the offensive line. Okay. And last play here. Little split lead inside zone. Kind of like a counter without the pull. Nice feet by Aker. I'm wondering if somebody was supposed to be pulling on this one and we forgot about it. Because now we lose inside. We pick up on linebackers. Yeah, we do. We just slip a block out here on the outside at the top. But when you're in garbage time, does it really matter? Okay, last play here. Run the draw. Why? Because we just want to get the clock running. I like that we're not just kneeling this out. You got kids who can play. Let them play. Let them get the garbage time. Let them get the reps. Because you're going to need them as the season goes on. Get a blitz from the outside, comes around the edge, tracks it down. Good play. Not much we could do here. Great defensive effort. All right, so that's it. So what do we think? Was it perfect? No. Was it bad? No. We played well. We played like a team that last season went 6-6. Changed coaches, completely new scheme, completely new style. You have an off season to get to know each other, to build up the strength and the muscle memory and the speed and the agility to make the system work. And the first time that you're really allowed full contact with no consequences, it's a pretty good outcome. As an air raid coach, I'm excited from what I see. I like that they played within a game plan. They weren't throwing stuff at the wall or not just disregarding what Buffalo was doing defensively. They're creating muscle memory. When the defense does this, we can do that. That's important because when we start playing against teams that can match us body for body, that's where scheme is going to be important. That's where game planning is going to be important, where this muscle memory is going to be there. It's going to be a step up in competition against Washington State this next weekend, but looking for revenge from last season. I like where we are at step one. Hopefully, step two, we take it to the next level. Okay. And I like where we're at. The air raid is here and it's going to stay. And it shows that modern football can work at Wisconsin. Thanks everybody for watching, and hopefully next week we'll come back with another analysis of the game against Washington State after another win. See you next time.